Good day, everyone. You're tuned in to 95.9 Green FM for our special report on Compact Days 2017. I am Angie Quadra Balibay, anchoring for Media Watch, delivering the news on media and communication technology.
Today is December 12, 2017. Philippine Standard Time is 4 p.m. I am Jay Santos, anchor for Dasma News, where we bring you the stories in Dasmariñas and about Dasmariñeños.
Catch our live streaming video on 95.9 Green FM via Facebook Live. Join our conversation on Twitter for real-time updates. I am Stephanie Sevillano, anchor for GoodNewsPilipinas.com Live.
Stay tuned as we bring you the stories of positive action, triumph, and inspiration around the nation and across the globe. I am Jericho Agyatan, anchor for GoodNewsPilipinas.com Live.
These are the headlines on the Green FM special report on the month-long awareness campaign on Compact Days 2017. CJD goes online to bring its journalism safety education campaign to a global audience. Communication and journalism students call for justice for Maguindanao massacre victims.
New curriculum with journalist safety course to welcome new batch of students next academic year.
DLS City community uses spoken word poetry to advocate journalism safety.
Public relations students stage spin-off hit American reality game show.
Those are the Compact Days 2017 headlines. These are full stories as brought to you by our DLS2D broadcast journalists. The Dasma's Communication and Journalism Department is now connected with a global audience as CJD's campaign on journalism safety went online via Facebook, Twitter, and WordPress. Kathleen Basense filed this report.
The Communication and Journalism Department spearheaded a media briefing for the first time to give information on this year's compact. Among the faculties present in the briefing were Marisa Balidoy, Chair and Co-Chair of Compact 2017, Nornalyn Cachuela and Angie Quadra Balibay, and the Chair of CJD, Art Din Umali. Team leaders that introduced their activities is one of the highlights of the briefing, and one of this is CJD having an online platform to spread news about Compact 2017. LV Correos, a Jorn student, shares her sentiments on having an online platform for this year's Compact.
So, I'm actually impressed by the effort given by the department to not only advocate the campaign of Compact 2017 about journalism safety within the university, but also to the global audience.
Among the online websites used by the department are Facebook, Twitter, and WordPress. John Christian Santos explains what to find on the online website of the department.
If you want to be informed about the event, we have event schedules posted here online. So, simula po hanggang matapos ang ating event, it's already there.
Descriptions of the activities are also present on the websites to give knowledge to the audience. Moreover, Correos furthered that this platform will help the department to promote its future activities.
It is really helpful that through their publication materials, videos, and articles, other people could keep themselves updated even though they're not present on the certain event.
Kathleen Basense reporting.
CJD broadcast journalism and communication students and faculty have called for justice for victims of the Maguindanao massacre, as Broadcast Journalism Program Council led the commemoration of the 8th-year anniversary of the largest recorded media killing incident. Abigail Galindo has this story.
BJPC led this year's Maguindanao Massacre commemoration entitled #8YearsNoJustice. Jericho Agyatan, a student journalist, shares his insights about the event's importance to students.
Tutuwa po ako and sana po magpatuloy pa yung ganitong pagko-commemorate and sana po wala na po tayong abutang commemoration pa.
According to Agyatan, the event is a good way to recognize the tragedy and educate students about impunity. A prayer vigil, video tribute presentation, and spoken word competition is the highlight of the event. Project Head Micaela Hoson discussed how the commemoration is important to honor the victims' lives and be an awareness for students.
Isa sa mga goal ng commemoration is to ask the Lord for justice kahit na 8 years na yung lumipas. Yung event, inline siya sa goal ng Compact na to disseminate yung rights and responsibilities ng mga journalists sa mga magiging future journalists.
Hoson, however, added that their target number of participants were not met due to lack of participants and social media awareness. Agyatan, being part of the event, commented about the mishappening.
Sana po yung Broadcast Journalism Program Council, mas tutukan nilang pansin social media and magkaroon pa po ng mas malawak na connection sa
The annual commemoration and tribute of BJPC to the victims of the Maguindanao Massacre is the way of the journalism community to show their concern and incorporate safety among its students. Abigail Galindo reporting for Media Watch.
The Communication and Journalism Department will introduce a new curriculum in 2018 which incorporates journalism safety education. Christine Mahusay has the story.
A forum type of media briefing spearheaded by the Communication and Journalism Department of De La Salle University Dasmariñas was held for journalism safety education.
A new curriculum will be designed for the incoming batch of enrollees for the broadcast journalism. Sofia Teriscano, a senior high school student taking up human and social sciences track, expressed her opinion about the new curriculum.
Itong bagong subject is makakatulong talaga kasi it will prepare us. It will not only prepare us for the future, pero kumbaga may equipped kami with what we really need to know.
She explained that the journalism safety subject is important for the students to be equipped with knowledge for different risks on news gathering. According to Ms. Angie Balibay, with the Department of Equipped Students and Professors, the LSUD can be champions in journalism safety education. Dr. Minkyu Klim, Communication and Media Literacy Advisor of UNESCO Jakarta, inspired the department to come up with the new curriculum.
With students who know journalism safety and with faculty who teach journalism safety, we can actually be champions. And I remember Dr. Ming saying, this is a pioneering work in La Salle.
He also added that CJD is pioneering on journalism safety education, which is believed to be the first ever in the country. This is Christine Mahusay reporting.
LaSallians are using spoken word poetry to promote journalism safety and spread awareness about media impunity. The LSUD poets presented their original pieces at the BJPC Bikas contest, presented this year as part of Compact 2017. Radis Guerra delivers the good news.
With the aim to promote journalism safety education and raise awareness about impunity committed against journalists, the De La Salle University Dasmariñas, through its Broadcast Journalism Program Council, launched the second installment of its spoken poetry competition entitled Bigcast 2.0. Held at the last day of the Compact 2017, the month-long awareness campaign of the university on journalism and safety. Bigcast 2.0 opens its doors to university students who want to use spoken poetry as a platform to advocate such strong ideologies. Alfonso Manalastas, a renowned spoken word artist who is also one of the judges on the competition, adds to how spoken poetry competitions can be an effective tool for raising social awareness.
I think it's a good idea because you're not only urging people to be able to write and to be able to express to themselves and perform in front of an audience, but you're also urging them to do so while speaking about something that they truly believe in. If it weren't for the competitive nature of this particular platform that has forced them to really study about these things that we're dealing with right now.
Manalastas also emphasized that since spoken poetry is considered as an art form by many, incorporating social issues on the pieces guarantees the poet's message to be delivered to many. He also added that apart from the fact that the event was jam-packed, the contestants were also able to effectively convey the message across the audience. Furthermore, Broadcast Journalism Program Council President Elvie Correos discusses on how the LSUD should support more activities like these to promote social responsibility.
Yes, kasi kaya nga namin pinili yung
spoken word poetry as one way to advocate. Kasi naisip namin na why not make an event na magkakaroon ng way yung mga students to creatively express themselves through their own words. And kasi pag spoken word poetry, sa kanila talaga mismo nanggagaling yung salita. Hindi sinusubo sa kanila or walang judgment na binibigay sa kanila.
Correas also ensured that the Broadcast Journalism Program Council will remain proactive and continue the legacy of advocating social issues, raising social awareness, and promoting social responsibility on the Lasallian community and even on a national scale through spoken poetry competitions. This is Rad Esguerra reporting for Good News Pilipinas.
Communication and journalism students were tested on journalism safety as they joined a spin-off, the hit American reality game show Amazing Race, organized by DLSUD Public Relations students. Here's Charlotte Flores for the good news.
De La Salle University Dasmariñas, through its public relations students, organized a more realistic Amazing Race. For determining rainfall warnings to crossing roads with pedestrian signals, ComQuest 2017 is a simulation for more real-life race for media practitioners in the making. Carlos Mercurio, a broadcast journalism student and a participant of ComQuest 2017, shared his experience on the race.
Natutunan ko dito sa ComQuest is yung maging competitive, hindi lang sa paraan ng pag-iisip, hindi rin sa physical. Since journalist tayo, hindi lang naman sa thinking tayo dapat nag-enhance, kundi dapat yun din sa physical. Kasi madaming madaming bakbakan na mangyayari sa real world. So dapat mas nagiging malakas tayo pagdating doon. Tsaka natutunan ko din kung paano maging wise kumbaga sa pag-making decisions.
Mercurio also mentioned that ComQuest is a great simulation for aspiring journalists like him because it harnesses his critical thinking and discipline. In addition, Professor Marco Polo, the professor in charge for the event, explains why they came up with this type of game.
This year's ComQuest, we took on a reality-inspired approach to the game because we wanted the students to experience the different aspects or facets of preparing for emergencies, disasters, and risks.
Polo added that this year's ComQuest is a great platform to train communication and journalism students and to educate them on the future risks and dangers in the profession. This is Let Flores reporting for Good News Pilipinas.
Next on the Green FM Special Report on Compact Days 2017. ComQuest 2017 race promotes journalism safety and awareness on impunity crimes against journalists.
Communication students showcase original Buhay Mamamahayag stage play.
BGM students display futuristic designs for journalist safety and attires and gears.
BJPC conducts online voting for DIY Safety Gear Expo.
Professional journalists share their insights about journalism safety and their coverage.
Spoken word artists and contestants showcase social issue-inspired pieces in Bigkas 2.0.
Video documentaries honor Maguindanao massacre victims.
More media news when we return after some station reminders.
people saying no story is worth dying for, but in our time, really, a story was worth dying for, and you will die for it because you're not prepared to keep yourself safe. So it's a good thing that we are doing this, and we'd really like to push it to the forefront of global audience together with the help of UNESCO that we are champions of journalism, safety, education in the Philippines. Welcome back. You're still tuning to 95.9 Green FM. I am Angie Quadra Balibay, anchoring for Media Watch. We deliver the news on media and communication technology. These are the stories for Media Watch on Compact Days 2017. The Communication and Journalism Department's annual ComQuest took on a theme of journalism safety this year. CJD students went on an amazing race around their home college in pursuit of journalist safety tips. Abigail Galindo has the full story.
The Communication and Journalism Department, together with communication students, facilitated ComQuest 2017 with the theme Journalism Safety and Impunity.
The event entitled ComQuest Amazing Race is part of the compact activities where 4 representatives from each CJD section come together as teams to participate at the compact themed race. Each station has different challenges that requires their physical abilities, teamwork, critical thinking, and especially their knowledge as a communication and journalism student. Rich Primero, a participant of the said event, shares his insight about the race.
Siya kasi kada station kasi may mga tanong sila tungkol sa journalism na killings na nangyayari, tsaka may mga tips din sa journalism safety. So yeah, sa tingin ko maganda talaga siya.
Neil Perez, one of the facilitator of ComQuest 2017, shares his expectation on the event.
Magsaya lahat ng estudyante sa kabila ng mga stressful activities, nagkaroon tayo ng bonding pansamantala kahit sa isang araw lang.
Perez also expects a fun bond among students while also learning about PR, communication, and journalism. Abigail Galindo reporting.
Third-year communication students of De La Salle University Dasmariñas staged the original play Buhay Mamamahayag as part of Compact 2017, the month-long awareness campaign to promote journalist safety and to end impunity on crimes against members of the media. The stage play narrates the life of an inspiring journalist, the risks of the work, and the injustices faced by media professionals. BGM students supported this year's compact by mounting an exhibit with futuristic designs for journalist safety gears and attire. Noemi Venegas has the Media Watch story.
Graphics design and multimedia arts students successfully conducted the exhibit of futuristic safety gears and attire for journalists last November 21, 2017. The students showcased creativity in making futuristic safety gears during the said exhibit of Compact 2017. Broadcast journalism student Laxmi Belieses said she thinks it is a good start in promoting this year's Compact campaign as it aims to educate the students of the LSUD.
It shows them what is really happening, na hindi naman nila malalaman since nasa ibang course sila. These shows promote our advocacy in a way that will make people think.
Third-year BGM student Michael Cuazon shares their preparation for the event.
Yung pinapagawa sa amin is isang futuristic gear designs ng mga reporter. Sa group namin, ang gagawin namin ay gear para sa reporter na nasa war zone.
The exhibit promotes awareness in the safety of journalists covering dangerous assignments. The activity took place at the JFH grounds from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Noemi Venegas reporting for Media Watch.
The Communication and Journalism Department got serious with this year's Fashion Expo, bringing the theme to journalist safety. Students designed and modeled the DIY journalist safety gear, as Andy Karungkong reports, on the online voting held before the expo.
In line with the theme of this year's compact, the Communication and Journalism Department held this year's DIY Journalist Safety Gear Expo 2017. While there were some changes to the pageant, the traditional People's Choice Award still took place. Candidates like Jasha Balat of Com31 garnered Facebook likes for her photo entry on the official CJD Facebook page.
What was my edge in winning the People's Choice Awards? Ayun, of course, my family, my friends, and especially the block. Probably yung objective nung voting, sana mas naging clear kasi hindi din namin sure kung one share per person lang or pwedeng maramihan. Kasi that time nagkaroon ng silipan na baka may nag-auto-share, ganun.
Candidates Jasha Balat and Nico Songsong of Com31 were awarded the People's Choice Award during the pageant. The deliberation and counting of votes were supervised by team leader Gabriel Cayetano.
For this year, most number of likes pa rin yung criteria kasi kaya nga People's Choice. Maybe next year, pag may naisip na ibang criteria, may proof na.
Concluding the pageant, candidates Matthew Huganas and Just Esther Niños were crowned Mr. and Miss Fashion Expo 2017. The crowd cheered for the candidates on November 14 at the Tanghalang Julian Felipe. Annie Karungkong reporting for Media Watch.
De La Salle University Dasmariñas' Campus Radio 95.9 Green FM went on full coverage mode for the Compact Days 2017. Green FM aired the events at the Tanghalang Julian Felipe with live feed on radio. Announcers of the station were also heard annotating the live events both from the studio and the event venues. Junior staff aired weekly news segments for Media Watch, Dasma News, and GoodNewsPilipinas.com Live with updates from the weekly Compact events. The Green FM team also went online with their coverage via Facebook Live and Twitter updates. 3 journalists from the national broadcast networks visited DLSUD to share insights about their media experiences and to promote journalism safety. Wendell de Guzman has the Media Watch report.
Journalism Safety Forum held at Tanghalang Julian Felipe last November 23 invited journalism and communication students to sit and listen to the experiences of the guest speakers. Jonathan Solis, a communication student, says the importance of safety of media men and the dangers of the field.
Para sa akin, mas na-appreciate ko talaga yung risks ng journalists sa tuwing nasa field sila, lalo na yung pinakita nila Sir Jeff, yung mga proof pictures, videos, kung gaano talaga kadelikado yung mga situations na kung saan pinapasokan nila para lang magbigay ng balita, para lang malaman ng sambayanan kung ano talaga yung mga nangyayari.
The event gives a chance for a student to see the world of the journalism, its risks and its benefits. Along with the seminar are journalists such as Jefferson Caparas from TV5 and Alan Francisco from PTV4 were invited to speak to the students. James Patrick De Jesus, an invited speaker and a journalist for PTV4, says the dangers of the field and how important planning and communicating is during times of crisis.
Na pag nasusugod tayo, hindi lang dapat puro papa. Dapat gagamitin din natin ito. Isipin natin, paano ba yung gagawin natin kapag nandoon na tayo sa danger na yun. Dapat alam natin paano tayo mag-respond kung may mangyayari man sa atin. Para at least yung safety natin nandoon, mapapanatili natin yun at hindi tayo mapapahamak. Yun lang. Kailangan hindi lang papa, isip din tayo.
The Journalism Safety Forum is part of Compact 2017 that aims to educate student journalists on how to protect themselves during news coverage. This is Wendell de Guzman, reporting for Media Watch.
The Broadcast Journalism Program Council hosted a sequel to the spoken poetry competition from last year's Compact, entitled Bigkas 2.0. For Compact 2017, BJPC changed the theme of the pieces to be performed during the event in accordance with the advocacy of the Communication and Journalism Department for the safety of journalists and an end to impunity. Poet Lawrence Alano emerged the winner at the competition. Senior broadcast journalism students presented their documentary and music video tributes for the 8th-year commemoration of the Maguindanao Massacre. The original documentaries and music videos produced by the 4th-year students were viewed during the DIY Safety Gear Expo and at Bigkas 2.0. The videos illustrated what happened during and the aftermath of the massacre. Coming up after the break, field journalists in Mindanao share their Marawi siege experience in the Safety Forum. Annual commemoration of Maguindanao Massacre take place in the LSUD. DRRM seminar focuses on disaster drills and safety tips, strengthens risk management of the Lasallian community. The LSUD hosts exhibit which highlights specialized emergency kits. Wall of Liberty aims to display present situation of media impunity in the country and raises awareness in Lasallian community. Stage play featuring journalist lives performed in the LSUD. Big Cast 2.0 highlights spoken word poetry advocacy to fight against impunity. Amazing Race style competition builds up stronger message against impunity and crimes against media. More news from this Green FM special report on Compact Days 2017 after a quick station break. Please stay tuned to 95.9 Green FM on 959 Green FM Twitter and Facebook.
Welcome back. You're still tuning in into Green FM Special Report on Compact Days 2017. I am Jay Santos for Dasma News. Our Compact 2017 news headlines are served. These are the stories in detail. DLSCD hosted a journalist safety forum at the Tanghalan Julian Felipe on the occasion of the Maguindanao Massacre anniversary last November 23rd. Pauline Gonzalez has the full report.
Alumni of Broadcast Journalism Program of De La Salle University Dasmariñas share their experiences as a field journalist in Mindanao during the Marawi siege. Another journalist from TV5 also shared his experience covering news stories from the president. Bea Bernardo, another alumni of the program and now PTV4 reporter, shared tips in handling certain situations.
Hindi tayo talaga ganun ka-safe, unlike dun sa mga lalaki na kaya nilang ipagtanggol yung sarili nila. Whether it is your interviewee, mga taong nakapaligid sa'yo, or your team, kailangan mong maging aware sa sarili mo. Huwag niyong gagawin bait yung sarili niyo para makakuha ng storya. Wag na wag niyo yung gagawin. Kasi marami na din ako na-experience na ganun eh. Sinasabi sa akin na gawin mo tong storya na to kasi may contact ka naman eh. Kasi kami ang ginagawa namin mga reporter, pag may nakakausap kami mga tao, ibibigay namin yung contact details namin sa kanila. Para in case na may mangyari or meron silang dagdag information, masasabi nila kaagad.
According to Mr. Alan Francisco, when it comes to delivering the news in front of the camera, a journalist must not be influenced by his or her emotion. Journalists are also actors. Mr. Jeff Caparas also shared a tip from another journalist, Mr. Jun Veneracion.
Pagka kukuha ng info sa military or sa police, irekta mo kaagad sa pinakamataas. So, may binanggit din niya ni Sir Roel Ramirez. So, do not aim for the coconut tree, aim for the sky. Para pag bumagsak ka, sa coconut tree ka lang. Hindi kasi pag coconut tree yung in-aim mo, gusak mo lupa agad. So, rekta ka lang sa pinakamataas na makukuha.
Communication and broadcast journalism students also participated in the forum as they relayed their questions regarding the danger of being a journalist. According to the alumni guest speakers, it is indeed a journalist's work to deliver news, true news. But still, there is no story worth dying for. This is Pauline Gonzalez reporting.
Thank you, Pauline. Meanwhile, De La Salle University Dasmariñas Broadcast Journalism Program Council commemorated the 8th anniversary of Maguindanao Massacre as part of the Safety of Journalists Advocacy Campaign. Kate Sejales has the full story.
The annual commemoration of the Maguindanao Massacre by the broadcast journalism community of De La Salle University Dasmariñas is still fighting for the justice that never came. Hashtag 8 years no justice. This was the hashtag that De La Salle University Dasmariñas titled their commemoration event for the Maguindanao Massacre together with the students and faculty members of the Communication and Journalism Department. They offer prayers and poetries as their way to send their sympathy. Edge Emerenciana, a third-year communication student, said that the Maguindanao Massacre was a very tragic history for the Philippines. He also added that there are still hopes in order for the justice to be served for the victim.
As long as there's a journalist who believes in upholding the truth, I believe that Maguindanao Massacre is going to be solved.
In line with the Compact 2017 team, Micaela Joson, the project head of the commemoration, said that aspiring journalists shouldn't be afraid to pursue journalism.
Journalist. Sa tingin ko, hindi naman dapat nakakatakutan ng mga aspiring journalists na yun nga, na i-pursue yung pangarap nila as media practitioner in the future.
Joson added that the government should not stop in seeking for the justice and made the victims of the tragic Maguindanao Massacre always be remembered. This is Kate Selajes, reporting.
Thank you, Kate Selajes. Communication and Journalism Department conducted a Disaster Risk Reduction Seminar or DRRM at the Tanghalan Julian Felipe, DLSUD. Here comes Nicole Kawaling to report on the purpose and the goal of the seminar.
Of all those who work, that it is the right
Education students here in the house.
In line with CJD's Compact 2017 month-long advocacy on ending impunity and journalist safety, DRRM was conducted to give safety tips and open the students' mind to act right towards unnecessary circumstances. Bianca Katipunan, a fourth-year broadcast journalism student, shares her thoughts regarding taking earthquake drill disasters seriously.
Yung importance ng earthquake drill kasi we take it as a joke, 'di ba? Hindi nila alam yung seriousness or yung graveness na mangyayari if nagkaroon ng earthquake.
Bianca Katipunan is one of the journalism students who is in line with DRRM's advocacy in making students to participate during disaster drills inside and even outside the campus. DRRM Speaker 13 Gail Bilguera Omania, a national coordinator for Lasallian Institute for Environment de La Salle, Philippines, tells their next act towards implementing safety in campus and Dasma community.
Actually, since we already had it here in Dasma, I think it would be, the next step would be syempre spreading out sa remaining stakeholders of the university. And then secondly, it's good to partner with the external.
Moreover, Disaster Risk Reduction Team of De La Salle together with other stakeholders are planning to spread and advocate more campuses around Dasma in institutionalizing the DRRM plan. Omania added that all schools should be involved and all of us has a role to perform towards it.
The said Disaster Risk Reduction Management Seminar or DRRM enables not just the students to be alert and ready, but also the entire Dasmariñas community to be safe at all times when unnecessary situation happens. This also empowers the community people to strengthen the risk reduction in the country. This is Nicole Kawaling, reporting.
As part of the Compact 2017, the Communication and Journalism Department of De La Salle University Dasmariñas hosted an exhibit of different specialized emergency kits for journalists, the first of its kind here in Dasmariñas. Harry Dizon reports on the details.
Journalists encounter emergencies on a day-to-day basis. This is why communication students from the public relations class have decided to put up Emergency, the kit guide for journalists exhibit. And the Linnea Carniwan appreciates its usefulness. The second-year communication student says it is not just educational, but also a creative exhibit.
Hindi lang siya yung binabasa mo, nakita mo, then nagpapresa sila ng mga things, then dun mo malalaman kung ano yung pwede mong matutunan.
Linnea Carniwan says that media practitioners should also value their life and therefore know how to stay safe while doing their job. Emergency Project Head Ron Pineda says this is really the message of their exhibit.
Our main objective is to raise awareness again about importance of having an emergency kit. It is a necessity because no news is worth dying for.
The exhibit features 6 different specialized emergency kits for situations including earthquake, fire, typhoon, survival, food poisoning, and basic emergencies. After seeing the exhibit, Elinea says she is considering making her own emergency kit.
Yung family namin na pag-uusapan to since nanonood kami ng news and everything and pati yung mga nababalitaan namin. So, ayun, gusto namin na safe kami.
Through this emergency exhibit, CJD is encouraging its students to have their own emergency kit as early as now. This is Harry Dizon reporting.
Thank you, Harry Dizon. De La Salle University, Dasmariñas Communication and Journalism Department presented the Wall of Liberty as part of its month-long advocacy campaign on ending impunity on crimes against media practitioners. Here's Sherry Sayaman to report on the exhibit and Freedom Wall.
Compact 2017 started the campaign with an exhibit display that portrays information about the present situation of media killings in the country. Naomi Tayao, a graphics design and multimedia student, expressed her realization regarding the danger that awaits journalists because of the nature of their job.
Actually, nakikita ko dati sa balita na kahit bumabagyo na, nagko-cover pa rin sila ng news. And sa isip-isip ko, bakit kaya? Kasi parang naisip ko, pwede naman sigurong hindi sila doon sa mismong event nangyayari nagko-cover. So yun pala, para mapakita nila na ganun talaga yung nangyayari.
Tayao is one of the students who admires the job that journalists have, and because of the exhibit displayed on Julian Felipe Hall grounds, she was able to be aware that the nature of their job is not a joke. Meanwhile, John Edric Alcontado, a third-year communication art student, expressed his happiness over the success of the exhibit and Freedom Wall that they have prepared.
So, natutuwa kami kasi maraming nag-participate, maraming nagsulat ng kanilang opinion, marami ang nagkaroon ng boses sa kung ano yung nasa isip nila. And we are very happy na naging fruitful naman yung aming effort to make this Freedom Wall good.
The said exhibit and Freedom Wall will be displayed at the entire opening day of Compact 2017 for the students to be aware of what emergency tips should be applied in a particular crisis. Moreover, the Lasallian community is expected to participate and to take part against crime among journalists. Cherish Sayaman reporting.
An original stage play was presented here in Dasmariñas on the 1st of December, the last day of Compact 2017. Pauline Gonzalez has the full report.
Comp 2 of De La Salle University, Dasmariñas presented a stage play feature entitled Buhay Mamamahayag at Tatanghalong Julian Felipe, DLSUD. According to Ian Alico, a member of a high school theater club, watching live presentations like stage play brings more effect on audiences rather than watching from TV screens.
Kasi nandun yung possibility na mapag-influence ka sa audience mo through audio and visual presentation.
The play was presented right after a spoken word poetry competition, Bicas 2.0. One of the judges, Alfonso Manalastas, a spoken word poetry artist, said that the play was great, that it even gave them chills while watching. Will Luis Belen is the president of Comp 2 and also the director of Buhay Mamamahayag stage play.
Tinakal namin din yung buhay, yung gusto pa lang ng maging reporter or maging journalist, tapos yung buhay mismo, yung napasok pa namin yung commemoration ng Maguindanao. Then yung lastly, yung parang parangal.
According to Win, the stage play Buhay Mamamahayag is part of their preparation for another recorded play drama. This is Pauline Gonzalez reporting.
A spoken word poetry competition was held at the Tanghalan Julian Felipe with special guest judges performing their own pieces. Jess Calipe has the report.
Halong hirap.
A spoken word poetry competition was held at the Tanghalan Julian Felipe. The event, entitled Bicas 2.0, invited students to express and deliver their emotions and advocacies through spoken word. Miles Coron, education student and an attendant of the event, found the importance of these kinds of events, especially for creative and poetic students.
Para sa akin, pagka-organize event, talagang makikita mo kung ano yung mga naging problema ng mga journalists ngayon. So, mararamdaman mo rin yung mga feelings na hindi nila mailalabas kasi nga parang constricted silang mag-publish ng stories nila doon. Ayun, parang mas naging aware ako sa mga nangyayari sa journalists sa Pilipinas.
The event also invited spoken word artists to be guest judges at the event, but also deliver their own masterpieces. Alfonso Manalastalas, one of the two guest judges and spoken word artist himself, expressed how people can use art to express ideals and issues.
So what I find valuable in spoken word or in any other art form available for our youth right now is that they transcend thematically. They don't have to be boxed into one particular mode of expression. So for all of those dealing with anything as trivial, seemingly trivial as heartache, to something as magnified as social injustices and some sense of political responsibility, it is instrumental and it is a fundamental way for people to be able to tap onto it as a mode of expression. And that in itself can already be a form of political statement. That's not just you expressing something uselessly beautiful. That's you expressing something that can actually affect tangible change in a much greater way.
With the success of the event, organizers, guests, and judges are encouraging more people and students to become more politically and socially aware. This is Jess Calape reporting.
Thank you very much, Jess Calape. De La Salle, Dasmariñas held an amazing race-style competition for its students. Joshua Lapatete has more on the story.
Communication and journalism students of La Salle Dasmariñas participated in ComQuest, an amazing race with the theme of journalist safety. Players squeezed past narrow spaces, balanced eggs using yarn, and solved puzzles in teams of 4. Participants also assembled word scraps into a message on the importance of media impunity at the race's last leg, earning the Com 3-1 class first place and Com 4-3, Com 4-1, and Jorn 3-1 as runner-ups. Fred Aguilar, a communication student, had other reasons for joining besides having fun.
Bihira kasi ako sumali sa mga ganito kaya gusto ko na rin na mag-participate. Tapos, sa may incentive sa grades na inaasahan. Ayan, kaya experience din.
Seniors from the Public Relations class of Com 4-1 were in charge of preparing and managing the event. Project head Bea Granada believed that ComQuest helped develop the students' critical thinking and teamwork. She also stressed that the event will help educate Dasmariñas on the issue of media killings.
Pag everyone in our community aware, kahit hindi lang journalists but even yung mga civilian lang, mga common people lang, is talaga mababawasan natin yung mga instances na may ganung mga things.
The ComQuest race marks the last day of DLSUD's annual Communication Impact Days. Joshua Labatete, reporting.
Thank you, Joshua. More from Green FM Special Report on Compact Days 2017. Ribbon cutting ceremony marks DLSUD pioneering of journalism safety education. National broadcast journalists speak at a DLSUD Journalism Safety Forum. De La Salle University Dasmariñas commemorates the 8th-year anniversary of Maguindanao Massacre. 95.9 Green FM joins advocacy on safety of journalists. Journalism Safety Campaign reaches international audience. Graphics design students launches futuristic safety gear for journalists. DLSUD holds first ever safety gear expo in the Philippines. More of the good news from this Green FM Special Report on Compact Days 2017. When we come back, please keep it here on 95.9 Green FM. We are also on Facebook and Twitter at 95.9 Green FM.
Welcome back. You're still tuned in to the Green FM special report on Compact Days 2017. I am Stephanie Civiliano.
And I am Jericho Agyatan. These are the good news reports on the Compact Days 2017. And for our first good news, the LSUD presented a journalism and safety forum with invited broadcast journalists from the national media. Here's Carlos Miguel for the good news.
As part of the Compact 2017, a month-long advocacy campaign which promotes journalism safety education, De La Salle University Dasmariñas has conducted a journalism and safety forum in which features journalists from the media industry with the help of Communication and Journalism Department.
PTV4 journalist James Patrick De Jesus and Alan Francisco, together with TV News 5 journalist Jeff Caparas, have been invited to the university to share their experience in their field of expertise and impart pieces of advice regarding safety to future media practitioners. An alumna of the LSUD and currently traffic correspondent for PTV4, Bea Bernardo, says that the forum is very helpful to student journalists who would want to enter the industry and to ensure their safety at the same time.
Although para-parehas tayong journalist, iba-iba naman yung mga beat na kinukuha natin, di ba? At iba-iba din naman yung mga protocol na pinapatupad para doon. And listening to them, parang na-realize ko na, oo nga, di ba? Dapat ko yun yung gawin ko once nandun ako sa posisyon nila.
Bernardo also added that as a neophyte, listening to fellow journalists, she has realized how big the differences are among journalists when it comes to standards of safety due to varying fields. However, one must be mindful to be prepared at all times. And one of the journalists in the forum from PTV4 and also an alumnus of the university, Alan Francisco, shares his past experience in Marawi, which he defines as death-defying.
Yung baptism of fire sa akin bilang reporter, may almost 5 months sa Marawi. Araw-araw, yung buhay naming mga reporters nasa hukay, yung isang paa. No story is worth a life. As simple as that. At lagi kong binabaon yon na, oo nga naman, yun na mag-deliver ng news kung wala na kami. In the first place, ayoko naman maging bayani kung ako'y mawawala. Ayokong puriin ako pag wala na ako.
As a university championing for journalism safety education, Bernardo admits that she's never been more proud of what the university has done for students who aspire to be future journalists.
Actually, I'm very, very proud sa ginagawang campaign nito ng CJD kasi hindi lahat ng university ginagawa to, di ba? Although lahat ng schools meron silang communication students and may mga journalist students, pero hindi lahat may care talaga dun sa safety nila and especially dun sa mga magiging future nila. I could say na as a alumna of this institution, sobrang ipinagmamalaki ko kung anong ginagawa nila and I'm here to support whatever it is that campaign na gagawin ng CJ.
De Jesus, Francisco, and Caparas address all the questions inquired by students as soon as the open forum began and continuously advise the future media practitioners to learn how to take precautionary measures at all times and be mindful that no life should be at risk for stories. This is Carlos Mercurio reporting for Good News Pilipinas.
Another good news, the Broadcast Journalism Program Council led members of the CJD in offering prayers for justice for the victims of Maguindanao massacre. Gail Cayetano has the good news report.
De La Salle University Dasmariñas has offered a prayer vigil in participation for the national commemoration of the 8th anniversary of Maguindanao massacre, a bloodbath in which journalists were killed unjustly.
This event is in line with the national 8th anniversary of the Maguindanao massacre that claimed the lives of 59 people, most of them members of the media. As part of the activity, former DLSUD alumni and now renowned journalists Alan Francisco and Jeff Caparas lent their time to participate for the annual activity of the council. And by doing this commemoration, Jarrell Jacob shares his views as a fellow Filipino who also seeks for justice for his fellow men.
Siyempre, para gunitain or sariwain yung mga
kaluluwa ng mga namatayan. Yung purpose siguro na nakakatulong na at somehow mabigyan ng linaw kung ano ba yung mga nangyari dun sa massacre na yun. And then, siyempre, napapagaan din yung loob ng bawat pamilya kasi siyempre, napag-uusapan nila kung ano ba na ba yung nangyari, kung tumatakbo ba yung proseso ng hustisya nila. At some point, napapagaan yung loob nila and na-update nila kung ano ba yung kung saan na ba yung proseso ng hustisya nila.
For Jacob, justice that until now have not yet received is still unsolved. But by offering this kind of event, a cry for justice can be perished by just remembering those victims and to commemorate each of them who served wholeheartedly for the country. Meanwhile, the project head of Maguindanao Massacre Commemoration, Mika Hossen, commend the participation of students who participated wholeheartedly to attend the commemoration and to be one of the vessels for seeking the truth and justice.
Ayun, medyo nagulat ako kasi akala ko tayo-tayong students lang yun nandito. Tapos nung dumating sila, medyo, yun nga, nagulat ako and I feel grateful.
According to Hossen, she hopes that the said tribute can get someone's attention to stand and speak up for something that matters the most this time of unjustly killing issues and serve as the initial step for the new beginning of victims' families.
From the Broadcast Journalism Program Council, hopes na yung event na ginanap kahit kanina ay maging tap in the shoulder sa kanila para mag-stand up sa issue katulad ng Maguindanao Massacre. Tsaka para rin mag-ingat sila kapag natupad na nila yung pangarap nila maging journalist.
Different faculty members of DLSUD also participated in the said event to show their support for the victims. I am Gail Cayetano, reporting for Good News Pilipinas.
95.9 Green FM went on air and online as it joined the DLSUD CJD campaign for journalism safety. The campus radio went on live broadcasts of the events of the university's month-long awareness campaign on the welfare of journalists. Ivan Medina delivers the good news.
The campus radio station of DLSUD 95.9 Green FM conducted live radio on-air coverages of Communication Impact or Compact 2017 events, spearheaded by the Communication and Journalism Department. Elaine Diaz, a third-year communication student at DLSUD, shares her insights on Green FM taking a huge leap in airing the activities on the airwaves.
Yung live coverage po ng Green FM has been really helpful and sobrang laking hakbang. Kasi aside from sa pinakaunang live coverage ng Compact, mas napatunayan lang ng stasyon ng Green FM na kaya nilang makipagsabayan sa iba pang mga radio station sa ibang university.
The on-air radio coverage of the Compact events are also simultaneously aired live on the station's social media platforms, namely Facebook and Twitter. Moreover, Green FM Chief Announcer and Programming Director Jericho Agyatan discusses the importance of the coverage to the advocacy campaign.
Dahil national siya, mas malaki yung magiging impact. Many people would likely to read or many people would likely to share the news. It's a good news na merong isang institusyon na bukas ang diwa, bukas ang kaluluwa, lalo na yung mga future media practitioners na estudyante to heighten the awareness regarding journalism impunity. This is even a positive action, a positive step towards educating others, informing others. Yan.
Agyatan also mentioned that Green FM is also in partnership with DLSUD in educating people in the community about these social issues. The live radio coverage of Green FM aims to disseminate the objectives of each event and also to first-handly deliver the ongoing events of Compact 2017 for the knowledge and understanding of not just the Lasallian community, but also for the people outside the university. This is Ivan Medina, reporting for Good News Pilipinas.
The power of social media has been utilized by millennial students of La Salle Dasma as they extend awareness about the journalism safety and the issues of impunity to a global audience. Let Flores has the full report.
The
La Salle University Dasmariñas used the online platform to extend its online campaign to raise awareness not only to its local audience but also to the global scene. Using its Facebook page, Twitter account, and even its WordPress blog, the De La Salle University Dasmariñas, through its Communication Journalism Department, covered all the events of the month-long awareness campaign called Communication Impact or Compact 2017 to reach out people outside the university's community and even national and international audience. Jeremiah De Nolo, a college student and resident in Dasmariñas, said it's important for them to have knowledge about impunity issues in journalism.
So yun, sa tingin ko naging effective naman yung online coverage nyo ng about doon sa topic kasi one click away lang sa social media para nag-spread agad yung campaign ng department. Tapos through shares din at saka retweet, nag-spread agad yung information sa online na nag-benefit sa mga Filipino journalists, hindi lang sa mga Filipino journalists pati sa mga foreign journalists sa ibang bansa.
Dinolo also mentioned that this platform can be used to raise an awareness in journalism and safety and impunity issues, not just in the Philippines but also in other countries. In addition, online launch project head John Christian Santos said that they made sure that the online platforms will give them maximum application that is easier for the audience to understand.
Kasi gusto namin na itong platform sa to ang maging start ng change para makita ng tao na meron tayong ways to improve the safety of our journalists. And at the same time, meron din tayong platforms to talk about the issues of impunity and the hazards na fini-face ng isang media practitioners.
Moreover, Santos said that this launch gave them the opportunity to share and reach what seemed to be impossible audiences for the department before. This has led Flores reporting for Good News Pilipinas.
Graphics design and multimedia students of DLSUD crafted futuristic yet realistic safety gears for field journalists as they cover disasters and emergency situations. Here is Michelle Blancaflor for the full report.
A futuristic exhibit has showcased the creativity and the works of graphics design and multimedia students in creating safety outfits for journalists. Patrick Miguel Pangilinan, one of the creators of the exhibits, stated that the exhibit they made will be of good help in advocating safety for future journalists.
Makita rin po sa event na ito yung mga nire-recommend ng mga advertising students na pwedeng maging itsura ng mga safety gear ng mga journalists in the future for different kinds of situations.
According to the advisor of the exhibit, DLSUD Professor Ruel Ramirez APR, the activity aims to create safety gears for journalists in the near future.
On the inside, that in the next 5 years, 10 years, or 20 years, there is a need for the journalists to really equipped with an appropriate gears and attire when they cover a dangerous assignment.
Ramirez also mentioned that the networks and other media organizations should consider investing safety gears to provide safety for their own journalists and even cameramen. Moreover, the organizers are still planning to launch the exhibit online, aiming to reach more audiences and even media organizations, thus promoting the journalism safety in a much larger scale. Hannah Sanchez, reporting for Good News Pilipinas.
Thank you, Hannah Sanchez. When we return, we will be rejoined by Jay Santos and Aji Cuadra Balibay for this Green FM special report on Comic Days 2017.
Please stay with us here on 95.9 Green FM, and we are also on Facebook and Twitter at 959 Green FM.
Welcome back. You're still tuned into 95.9 Green FM on our Compact Days 2017 special report. I am Angie Quadrabalibay for Media Watch.
And I am Jay Santos for Dasma News.
Stephanie Civiliano for GoodNewsPilipinas.com Live.
Jericho Aguilar at your service for GoodNewsPilipinas.com Live.
At the end of Compact Days 2017, we declare, together with CJD, that we will continue and will not stop to educate students on journalism safety and impunity issues.
Compact 2017 theme will continue on its goal to spread awareness on journalism, safety, and impunity.
The LSUD CJD will continue to encourage everyone to participate in the campaign.
The LSUD CJD will maximize the use of social media platforms via dlsudcjd.wordpress.com to make the campaign possible.
And that is all today for CJD and DLSUD 95.9 Green FM special report on Compact Days 2017.
Connect with us, 95.9 Green FM on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. For a recap of today's show, visit our website 959greenfm.wordpress.com and 95.9 Green FM YouTube Animo channel YouTube.
Thanks to our executive producers, Miss Angie Quadra Belibay, Catherine Lepardo, Daniel Parenya, and Stephanie Sevillano. Our producers, Joshua Roldan, Jerome De Quinto, and Gabriel Cayetano. And the Jorn 3-1 teams of Media Watch, Dasma News, and GoodNewsPilipinas.com Live.
Thanks to our writers, reporters, and technical team. Thanks to the Green FM News Department, Green FM Operations, and Green FM Promotions.
Thank you, our audience, for tuning in and spending your time with us. I am Angie Quadrabalibay, anchor for Media Watch, delivering the news on media and communication technology.
I am Jay Santos for news inside Dasmariñas and about Dasmariños.
I am Stephanie Civiliano. We hope you were inspired with the stories today.
And I am Jericho Agyatan. We promise to continue providing the good news.
On GoodNewsPilipinas.com Live, only here on 95.9 Green FM.
Dahil basta balita, dito ka!